With Cheryl Pounder. Cheryl, Auston Matthews, 28, peak of his career, the Rocket in 3 of the last 5 years, MVP just 4 years ago. Sidney Crosby, 38, 10 years older, twilight of his career, the Rocket 10 years ago, the Hart 12 years ago. Cheryl, it shouldn't be close. But who's tougher to play against right now, Auston Matthews or Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby, and you said it, Gino, it should not be close. When you look at someone like Auston Matthews and the elite offensive prowess that he has, you look at his release, you look at the ability to skate, to move left to right. I mean, he should be the definitive one that we're talking about right now, but the last season and the body of work this season just hasn't been that attack mentality, a willingness to go one-on-one. But Sidney Crosby's Penguins, on the other hand, it's been sort of, let's go at it. I mean, he's been on a mission, hasn't he? Consider his age, yes. Consider the 20-year career at over a point per game, over 1,700 points. Consider all of that. But there's 3 elements to his game right now that I'm like, okay, this guy is on fire. He is a machine, both on the defensive side and the offensive side of the puck. 1, his center of gravity, his stature. I mean, he protects this puck. He wants to own it. So that's the first thing, the strength on the puck, the shielding and the possession. But how about number 2? His ability and his elite IQ allows him to do something with that puck once he gets it, i.e. making his line mates better. This is critical for me. You have to make those around you better, and he does it so effectively. Consider 3, his experience, the adjustments, and the willingness to want to get back to the playoffs. I'm taking Sidney Crosby right now. I shouldn't be, given the age, given Auston Matthews is in the prime of his career, but right now I'm with 87.
Is that a key demarcation right now about both Auston Matthews and Sidney Crosby? Because people are saying, yeah, Auston's playing, but without Mitch Marner right now, where we've never had to say that about Sidney Crosby, because Crosby's had rotating guys on his wings, and it's always, yeah, Crosby's making that guy look like an MVP now. Crosby's making this guy having all-time records for his goal scoring. Is that a huge difference between these two guys as well?
I do believe it is right now, Gino. And when you look at it, yes, Mitch Marner plays a role, a massive role in the Toronto Maple Leafs, or he did, and the lack of him, certainly you can see what they're missing. But when you want to be one of the best in the world, you want to be considered a generational player, you got to lead. You have to drive your line. You have to drive your team to that success. And we've seen that with Sidney Crosby. Yes, the past few years, they haven't been able to make it to the playoffs. But you know what he's done over the course of his career and what his flanks have been able to do aligned beside him. So yes, Auston Matthews can drive play. I think he has to change his game a little bit, though. He has to attack one-on-one and say, you're going to come with me, boys? Let's go. And he has that ability. We know that. It's just a matter of seeing it consistently. We want to see him take over a game right now. And it's going to start with saying, listen, you got Matthews on your flank. Doesn't matter who's on the other side. Or so you got Matthew Nyes on one side. Doesn't matter who's on the other side. We're going to drive play. I'm going to drive play for this group.
What about the teams themselves? If you had tonight's game marked on your calendar before the start of the season, and you said it would be first versus last in the East tonight, you'd absolutely have said the Leafs would be in top spot, the Pens would be in the basement. But it's now completely opposite at this point. Which start is a more real sign of something that's actually going to play out the way it is? The Pens' great play, or the Leafs' struggles throughout the season?
Listen, Gino, I think the Leafs' struggles are really showing right now, so I'm going to go with that. And this is difficult to say when you're 13 games in, right? The sky is not falling. When you're sitting with 13 points and you're at the bottom of the Atlantic, but Tampa, who's sitting in third, has 14 points, right? So, nothing's off the table here right now. But when you look at this Leafs lineup, there's got to be some changes. I feel like there's a lack of connectivity. And what I mean by that, yes, you've got Stolarz, who's sub 900 right now, but I do think he masked a lot of their defensive deficiencies last year with the stellar year that he did have. You look at sort of in the offensive zone, Gino, and you know me, I like to look at the numbers, and if they paint a picture, to me, when you're the last in the league in cycle chances and rebound chances, what is that telling you? You're not winning the wall, and you're not getting to the net. So there's multiple things here when you look at it, the way they're defending the rush, but it does come back to me that they look slow. And I don't think it's because they are slow. I think it's because that puck movement off puck, the way that they're coming out of zone and the way they're carrying through the neutral zone is not leading to that team speed that I think that they can show. So overall, I think it's going to be a bit of a grind. I think it's going to have to be a fight for positioning in the Atlantic right now. Yes, do I think that they can get to the playoffs? Of course, but I do think that there's going to be a lot of work, a lot of grind to get them there.
For what it's worth, the Leafs are currently -200 to make the playoffs on FanDuel. The Pens are +280.